Good morning, everyone. Right now, it's 11:01 on November 14th. Forgot to mention, but Daisy May's here today. She's only selling them until turnips. She's only selling them until noon. So don't wait to stock up. I'll get back to supporting you and your enjoyment of the island. Yep, we're actually buying turnips today. I know I haven't done that in forever time, but yeah, we're actually gonna buy turnips. Oh, and it's gonna rain today, or it already rained, and yeah. Happy Home. Has our rank gone up? 114. Happy Home Academy. Okay, so no, it hasn't. I do. That is something I should add to the list. Is redoing our house enough? Oh, praise God in the helix. To get the max rank in the Happy Home Academy. Because that is something in theory I do want to do. Because I know there's a special... I know we already have, like, the bug and the fishing trophy. But I know the Happy Home Academy also has, like, a gold trophy as well. And that'd be a nice thing to get. Basically, Season 2 is us wrapping up all the loose ends. Except for King of the Mountain. Nope. Never King of the Mountain. Oh god, we're gonna end up doing King of the Mountain. But are all 4 fossils on the mountain? Holy shit. What? That's... Not only has that never happened before, but this is going to be a bauble. Oh, it's a truffle, okay. And we don't have fruit today. I mean, technically there are flowers to clean up, but I've been ignoring those for the past week. This might be the fastest that might be the fastest fossil get ever. At like less than 2 minutes. Of course, usually there's other stuff in the morning routine like hit rock, touch grass, you know, shit like that. Money tree, that's the thing I'm thinking of. Oh my, that wind. Yeah, that's never happened before. I think we've had like 3 in one place before. Like, we've had that luck. But never all 4. That's fascinating. I need to buy... I keep forgetting to check the computer, and I realized I didn't listen to KK Slider after we ended the stream yesterday. Like, I forgot, like, I just completely forgot, because, yeah. And it would have made sense to listen to KK Slider yesterday, and I just completely forgot. Oh, it's Zuck's, okay. Oh, you're right here, Zuck. Hey. You lose this. Thanks a bajillion. Okay, Zuck. A Chimeo vest? Okay, there's Daisy May. Again, we'll worry about that later. The money tree's gotta be up here. Hey, Coco. Those are our potatoes, which I have to remember to water. There it is. I gotta remember to water our potatoes. Which, our inventory is still filled with potatoes. Oh my gosh. I thought I put those away yesterday. I don't know, we kind of went off on a whole thing on Harv's Island, which admittedly was only slightly planned. Alright, there we go. Potatoes watered. Now let's go deposit the money tree. Hey, Whitney, how you doing? Thanks for coming to see me. Alright, let's go give Blathers the thing. Ooh. Go get her a cup of coffee for the morning. Yes, assess fossils. Oh, we didn't put down the new... Oh, gosh. We didn't put down the new money tree. I just completely forgot. Yes, I know the museum already has all these. I donated all of them. And I'm pretty sure you can't check unchecked fossils. I'm pretty sure. Yes, please. Pigeon? Oh, pigeon milk? Sure. I guess. I mean, like I said, I'm all aboard the cream and sugar. I'm not a coffee snob. I don't drink coffee in general, but when I have... Oh, but pigeon milk? I'll do just that. Who's he getting the milk from? Because again, like, even if it's just normal, like, cow milk, all the cows are people's. Thank you very much. All the cows are people's. Ugh. I'm just thinking of Centaur World now. God, you know, that show was... I think about it every once in a while. That show is weird as hell, but gosh dang it, I think I really enjoyed it. Like, even more than I already talked about. Yeah, I really enjoyed Centaur World. It's a weird fucking show, but... Oh, that's just the basic painting. We know it's fake, so we could just sell it. Honestly, that would not be a terrible move to sell our bad paintings. Hey, Triple X Chris, how you doing? Oh, Aloy's here today. Or however you pronounce their name. I always forget. Yes, I know you can't buy turnips today. I don't need that. I don't need the weeds. And I don't need the wood. Potatoes and mushrooms. Yep, that all sounds good. I'm doing fine. I was able to get up early enough for turnips, which hasn't happened in a while. Oh, you can't... So, there's just no way to sell fake works of art. You can't just sell them to, like, make a fake profit. Or whatever. For them to be recycled. No, you got... Oh, my God. I guess we just throw them all out in the trash. And this is even Rembrandt. I mean, come on. Can I get any more nose on the metaphor here? I think Blue Boy's Rembrandt. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but... I probably am actually wrong about that. I don't know how to think about it. Alright, let's put all this in storage. Yeah, let's keep the bad painting in storage. A Sproingoid. Oh, it's you. Alright, let's buy some turnips. I gotta go put some... We gotta clear out all of the supplies from our inventory, but... Then we can go get $1 million. Oh. Okay, let's go get turnip money. And we're just gonna invest a small loan of $1 million. Because it's been a while since we bought turnips. And I know last week was a small spike, but you never know what's gonna happen this week. Like, literally anything is possible. So I'm just gonna start off with, yeah, with a small loan of $1 million, and we'll see where it goes from there. Yes, God, I keep forgetting to check the computer. Oops. Nothing new here. We already have that. We have that. Alright, now let's put money in the bank. Hey, Osmar, how are you doing? Alright, let's deposit our full amount. And let's withdraw $1 million. Oh, gosh, dang it. There we go. There's our turnip money for the day. Yeah, I'm doing fine. You know, busy with university. Busy with university, tired. Taking my day off to sleep in, and then kind of... I mean, technically I did that. But, like, yeah, technically I slept in more than I normally would on non-work days. So, 110 bells, that's not terrible, I guess. I mean, actually, it's pretty bad, but because you can get them as low as, like, 90. I think you can get them 80s, but I don't think I've ever gotten 80s before. Okay, so we know we had a small spike last week. We had a small spike, and we're buying for 110 today. So it's probably going to be fluctuating, but literally anything is possible. Yeah, the world is small. It's totally possible that you just ran into each other on someone else's stream the other day. Oh my god, these gardens. That's what we're gonna do afterwards. The gardens have grown out of control. So that's the plan afterwards, is to clean up some of these gardens. Because I don't like that they've grown out of control. But I also don't want to put, like, borders around them to stop them from growing. Even though that would be the smart thing to do. Um, at 101's not terrible, like a price. It really depends on, like, I don't know. I always pay attention to what they've been selling for in the previous week. So, like, because turnip prices fluctuate between a small spike, a large spike, fluctuating, and a decrease. You always want to buy after a decrease, and you usually don't want to buy after a large spike. Even though I have once seen prices go big after a large spike. So I had 2 large spikes in a row. That did happen once. But you always want to buy after decreasing, and you can buy after fluctuating. So you gotta pay attention. You gotta track your turnip prices. At least that's what I do. Where the heck did Daisy May go? She was over here a minute ago. I hate Cupsquake. Cups. Wasn't there a YouTuber called was her username I like Cupquake? Oh gosh, I don't remember. Oh, what was her user? It was, I know it had Cupcake in it, or Cupsquake, or whatever. That's a name I haven't thought of in a long time. Even though she was pretty big from what I remember. Her and... oh gosh. Stephos Walks. Yeah, those are 2 names I haven't thought of since the OG Minecraft days. So I know putting all the turnips here ruined my garden plans, but I mean, what else am I gonna do? Not put them here. Put them where in the area that's currently filled with pumpkins. Because that would work out so much better. Actually, that's... normally I put them along the beach, but the beach no longer exists. Kind of. It's complicated. And I did originally create these gardens as a place for turnips. Many, many moons ago. Before pumpkins were even added to the game. Well, I'll see you around. If you do come back. I'm here every day. More or less. Let's go get our last batch. Yeah, we gotta clean up some of these gardens. They've grown out of control. Oh wow, we're broke. I mean, we're not actually broke, you know what I mean. So I guess there's... So one of the new recipes in the game involves turnips. And it's like... It's based on, like, turnips. But you can't just take, like, a full, like, stack of 10 turnips in your inventory and craft it. No, you have to take out 3 turnips. And it has to be specifically 3. And only then can you craft it. So, like, you have to, like, grab 10, and then grab 10. And then you can take the stack of 3 and craft it. You can't just take a full stack of 10, and it'll take out a stack of 3 from that stack of 10. Which, of course, just makes things infinitely more complicated. Which is very on brand for this game. Nothing can just be easy. It has to make things more complicated. Because of course it does. Alright, that's all the turnips we're going to buy today. Again, on a decreasing or on a different spike, we would probably buy more. And God, I don't want to do King of the Mountain, but we're probably going to have to one of these days. If I ever get decreasing, that's our future. Probably. Alright, vaulting pole, ladder, rod, net, shovel, axe, slingshot, watering can, and magic wand. Alright, there we go, much better. Alright, let's go clear up some things, and I got some... I'm seemingly like always behind in the news, because there's always things I forget to talk about. So, Disney Plus Day was a few days ago, you know, where the day, like, Disney can, like, show off and be like, hey, here's a bunch of new stuff, like, here's the new Home Alone movie nobody cares about. Oh, would you look at that? We got a new Home Alone movie that nobody, including myself, cares about. But as part of it, they did like this Marvel retrospective thing that was like, hey, here's all the Marvel shows, WandaVision, Loki, Falcon and Winter Soldier, that came out in the past year. And hey, let's look forwards and talk about like what's coming in the future. What are the future of Marvel shows? And so through that, we got a whole list of things, which I want to pull up real quick. I know we got, let's see here. We got, Moon Knight. So Moon Knight's like a character I know nothing about. I know he fights werewolves, and he has like dissociative personality disorder. I don't know, I guess he's pretty popular, and it looks like Oscar Isaac is playing him. And we got a few, like we probably got like 5 seconds and maybe 10 seconds of like footage from the show, and people seem to be liking it so far. Like Oscar Isaac seems to be interesting in the role. I remember when they were in talk to do Keanu about it. I don't know, it's kind of one of the things about the Disney Plus Netflix shows. Oh, we gotta go get a shovel. That is interesting. Is how many of their heroes they aren't giving movies to anymore. And instead they're just giving Disney Plus shows. Like Moon Knight's one of those characters that I would think would get a movie. Because I know Moon Knight is pretty popular, or popular enough, you know, within the Marvel sphere. I would be certain that Moon Knight was going to get a movie. I know for a while there was talks that, the internet's favorite boy Keanu was going to play him. Instead, it's Oscar Isaac, who, again, I think Oscar Isaac's decent. Makes sense. Please tell me we have enough to buy a shovel, because I really don't want to make one. Oh, thank goodness we do. Glad I sold those socks. Those socks probably got me most of that money, because flowers sell for nothing. Yeah, Disney's just making all these shows for Marvel stuff. And I'm like, no, I'd watch movies of all this stuff. I mean, not like the shows are bad. I enjoyed WandaVision. I enjoyed Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Loki was pretty good. What If was fine. I mean, I enjoyed What If, but I enjoyed What If for what it was. I don't know. I still have never put out my reviews of it. God, that will happen one of these days. I promise. If I start putting them out tomorrow, I'd have them out in time before Thanksgiving and before Hawkeye premiered. God, maybe I should start doing that. Fuck. But yeah, so yeah, Moon Knight, that's a thing. Next up, we got She-Hulk. She-Hulk is one of those few comics that I've actually read. I can't tell you which story, because I don't remember the specific name of it. I just know she went up against Matt Murdock in, like, a lawsuit thing. Because, you know, she's a lawyer. And that's kind of what this... Like, that's what I want them to lean into here. Like, I would love to see them do, like, a lawyer thing with She-Hulk versus Matt Murdock. That... I mean, assuming... Because Disney owns the rights to the Daredevil characters again. I think Netflix had exclusivity on them for, like, 2 years or something like that. That period ran out in I think it was like December of last year. So now Disney can start making Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. And I want, because I've read Power Man and Iron Fist. And that's a it's a fun comic. So I've read a little bit of it anyways. So I would love to see them like actually do like a more like lighthearted Power Man and Iron Fist thing. Because Danny Rand's not a bad character. It's just the Netflix show. Or yeah, the Netflix show was bad. But yeah, we're getting She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters. I've read a little bit of She-Hulk. It's pretty good. She-Hulk's an interesting character because she has basically all the powers of the Hulk. But you know how like, oh, Bruce Banner can only be the Hulk when he's angry. That's like the limitation, is he has to be angry to be the Hulk. Yeah, that's not how Jennifer Walters works. She can just be She-Hulk, and like she has none of that like limitation on her powers. And that's actually really interesting and kind of nuanced. And writers and artists back in the day working at Marvel were kind of aware of that and took full advantage of it. So I hope some of that carries into the TV show, you know? Miss Marvel we know we're getting the Marvels TV show, but they announced Miss Marvel is getting a TV show. Miss Marvel is one of those characters who I was sure was going to get her own movie. Yeah, she's going to be in the Marvels, but still, because Kamala Khan is one of the most popular recent comic book characters. From my understanding of things, Kamala Khan's pretty big deal. I read her book from at least for a while, from like the start of it to definitely some ways into Civil War 2, and it's a pretty good book. I probably should get back to it at some point. But I know people, but like I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. The preview we got of it doesn't look like anything that amazing, honestly. I don't know, because like, well, I like the Marvel TV shows. They do kind of feel like a little bit lesser, because like Marvel, the MCU, the first 20 movies or whatever, are so solid, and like, yeah, there are some bad ones, definitely. At least 3 bad ones I can think of off the top of my head. But like, I feel like Marvel's just kind of like, oh, they're now riding on their laurels, and I think that's a problem, potentially. I don't know, we'll see as the coming months, but I should be super excited for Miss Marvel. But I'm just kind of not, like, the footage didn't do anything for me. Next up, they're rebooting the classic X-Men animated show. I remember watching the X-Men animated show as a kid. So them rebooting X-Men animated, that's pretty cool. That could get some cool stuff. Because the X-Men animated show was... I mean, it's definitely not as good as, like, a Batman the Animated Series. But it's not bad. No, it's not bad at all. At least I don't remember it being bad. I don't know. I kind of haven't seen it in a long time. So maybe it doesn't hold up at all. But they're rebooting the X-Men animated series, and hopefully they'll do something crazy with it. I don't know. Maybe... I don't know if it, like, ended up with, like, a bunch of unresolved plot lines or anything, or... Like, I don't know if they ever did Apocalypse. I assume they did, just because... Yeah, but, like... did they do Dark Phoenix either? I'm assuming, because Dark Phoenix was, what, 93 in comics? I don't know. Again, I don't read okay, speaking of X-Men, I really want to read X-Men right now. I've been listening to... I think I've mentioned before that I got into TikTok because of comic book people. And now my TikTok is just filled with comic book people. And I keep hearing them talk about the modern day X-Men books in this place called like Krakoa or something like that. Which is like we're in like a new age of X-Men comics where like all the mutants live on one island and they basically have like immortality nowadays. And yeah, there's this whole thing going on in like the modern day X-Men comics, and it seems fascinating. And I'm like, oh gosh, because I've never read X-Men before, and I'm like, oh god, do I want to read X-Men now? Because this is kind of interesting. And I guess they're colonizing Mars, which is a very comic book thing to do. While also like trying to like supplant Earth as like the dominant planet. So like that way Mars is the planet that matters and like the center of the solar system instead of Earth. And I don't know, they're doing a lot of interesting things in the X-Men comics right now. And you know, it's probably all gonna blow up in their faces eventually, but I'm kind of curious. But I don't know, like, where do you start with? Because I know, right, whenever people are like, hey, you should read comics, the thing they will always say is, oh, you don't, just pick up a comic. It doesn't matter if it's the first issue. Any good comic will tell you all the information it needs to start off. And that's true. I've read some series at the beginning. Kamala Khan's Miss Marvel, for example. But I've also read some series not in the beginning, and I've been able to mostly follow it fine. But this whole Krakoa X-Men thing is pretty recent from my understanding, so it should probably be an easy enough time to find the issues I'm looking for and whatnot. Because I'm assuming they start with like Power of X or House of X or something like that. Like I know those comics are important, and those were just like a year or two ago, so it should be easy enough to find some of those things. But I don't know if like that's where I start. I'm assuming House of X is probably the best place to start, but I'm not 100% sold on that. Because again, I know nothing about comics. Gosh, I have a lot of red. For the moment, I'm going to put red roses over here. My madness will all make sense later. One day. We're going to keep a white rose here as well. We probably don't need to, but we're going to. You know what? I'm also going to destroy these flowers. Not these. We had them for a specific purpose. We don't need them anymore. But yeah, so I guess I just want to get back into X-Men. I don't know. Next up, Echo. So Echo, from my understanding, is a Daredevil supporting character. And again, Disney now has the rights to Daredevil. Who knows? Maybe they'll announce another... Because the hope is, get back the Netflix actors. All the Netflix actors for the Marvel Netflix stuff were really good at it. And Daredevil was really good. I also really enjoyed Jessica Jones. Get them back. Have them reprise their characters. Put them in the MCU officially now. That would be really cool. But yeah, I guess Echo's a supporting Daredevil character. I don't know. I know nothing about them. Spider-Man Freshman Year. This is like an animated movie. This is an animated TV show. But what's interesting about it is it's canon to the MCU. So in Civil War, in the following Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man is in his sophomore year. And he mentions that he got his powers 6 months ago. Presumably, this show is how Spider-Man got his powers in the MCU. You know, Tom Holland Spider-Man. But it's told in, like, the comic book style of the original Spider-Man comics. Or at least that's what it looks like for the moment. I don't know, I've seen a bunch of people on Twitter, like, admitting, like, hey, they're working on the project now. So, that's cool. I know people really want Uncle Ben in the MCU, And I get it. I get it. I don't know. I just watched Uncle Ben die in the original 2002 Sam Raimi Spider-Man. So it's like, okay, I get it. Especially after watching that first Raimi movie. Yeah, I know why Uncle Ben is huge. I don't mind the MCU's take, though. Again, making Iron Man into Uncle Ben, that's not a terrible take. Because it's different. Like, I remember when Zack Snyder's Batman v Superman came out, and we watched Bruce Wayne's parents be killed for, like, the 4th time. And it's like, really? Are we doing this again? And sure enough, we were. And I could see people having the same complaint about Uncle Ben. We've seen Uncle Ben die 4 times now. Or twice, I guess. Not 4 times. This will be the 3rd time. In movies, anyway. Okay, technically the 4th time in movies, because there was a 1970s Spider-Man movie. But yeah, let's not talk about that. But yeah, so I know people are like, oh, because they really want Uncle Ben because he's important to the Spider-Man's character. Technically, that's true. Technically, he is kind of mentioned in the MCU. It's really complicated, and they still do the whole great power comes great responsibility. They just never say the word Uncle Ben, and instead they use Iron Man. They're doing an Ironheart TV show. That makes sense to me. Okay, Ironheart's one of those characters that does make sense to me. Because I know Ironheart's kind of controversial. I also read a little bit of her book, and I thought it was fine. Let's play the other one. We already have that one, the statue with the neck beads on it, and we already know it's fake. We need to pull out some money real quick. Let's pull out like 20k. But yeah, so Ironheart, that's one of those things that just it kind of makes sense why they're doing it. 20. It makes sense, and supposedly Black Panther 2. I don't know. Black Panther 2 is on hiatus right now because the actor who plays Shuri is an anti-vaxxer, and because of that, she can't travel from the UK to the US to film the movie, so that's a problem. Hey, Katrina. Ke-ha mota ata. Ke-ha mota ata ata. Something about you. I can see it. Yes, I can see it. Only I, Katrina, can see your truth. I will reveal to you for 1,000. Yes, please. I can tell you about your luck today, or perhaps you wish to know about your friendship with another. What shall it be? I'd like to know about my luck. Very well. I will consult my crystal today about your luck for you. Now please, close your eyes. Ke-ha moto ata. Ke-ha mo narut ata. Las. I couldn't read it fast enough. Yee. Yee. Da 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 da. Yee. Oh, I see something. Yes. I see friends gathered in the square for group stretches. Some will do airplane runs and all are smiling. From my visions, I reduce that your luck with health will improve. Well, some good things might happen today, or it might not. Now then, may my crystal guide you? So, we have neutral luck today. Okay. And, you probably haven't changed stock. Harriet, let's go get a bad haircut from you. What show was I talking about? Oh, yeah, Ironheart makes sense. Ironheart's like the next Iron Man, I mean, we know Rhodey's probably going to become the next Iron Man in Armor Wars. But Ironheart, Riri Williams as an Iron Man. A kind of controversial character, honestly. Oh, hey, look. We finally got the Greg Miller haircut. Took us long enough. I mean, we're Greg Miller, so I hate it, but whatever. Oh, my gosh. I think that's the Greg Miller haircut. It looks right to me. Alright, let's fly back. But yeah, they're doing a Marvel Zombies TV show, which I presume is animated. Again, Marvel Zombies was kind of... It was interesting in What If. I know people are kind of split on whether or not it was good. I don't know how well a Marvel Zombies TV show would go. I would have hopes for it, and I know we're getting a second season of What If, and we're getting like a second season of Loki and everything. I don't know, I'm a little hesitant about like a Marvel Zombies thing, because, I don't know, I thought the episode was fine, but I know some people really hated it, so... I maybe really hated it's too strong, but I know it was kind of controversial. Next up, they're giving Agatha Harkness a show. I don't need this at all. I mean, I'll watch it, and I mean, Agatha Harkness is a fun character. Again, if we were in the Fantastic Four universe, and we had, Reed Richards' kid, then I'd be like, okay, maybe they could do something interesting with this, because that's kind of Harkness's whole deal, relates to that, but, yeah, whatever. Secret Invasion, we know this is getting a TV show, because, you know, Secret Invasion is... This is one of those things that Secret Invasion could have easily been the next Avengers movie. Because it's where, like, Skrulls infiltrate Earth, take out a bunch of, like, key figures, and replace them as, like, people. But, of course, one of the things the MCU did is they made the Skrulls we know not evil. Of course, they could always just have, like, oh, here's a new batch of Skrulls that are evil. Or they introduce the Dire Wraiths. Because the Dire Wraiths are, like, similar to the Skrulls, and they have, like, shape-shifting powers. And they could totally introduce the Dire Wraiths and introduce Rom. That would be a fucking pull for this. And, you know, it's a merchandising thing, so they can do it. And the Marvel owns full rights to the Dire Wraiths, whereas Rom is owned by Mattel? I don't know, one of those toy manufacturing brands. They could do it. I don't know. I could see Rom getting into the MCU, honestly. It kind of makes sense. But yeah, Secret Invasion makes sense. I'm surprised it's not a bigger thing, though. We know Samuel L. Jackson's in it, which, okay, cool. That's presumable. You know that scene at the end of Spider-Man Homecoming, or Spider-Man Far From Home, with Nick Fury on, like, the giant spaceship thing? That's presumably where that's leading, Secret Invasion. I Am Groot's getting an animated show. Presumably it's going to be like a kids show thing, but whatever. And then we're getting a second season of What If, which, again, I thought What If was good, fine. So I'm down for a second season. And yeah, that's all the Marvel stuff we got from Disney Plus Day. A lot of stuff. I'll be waiting for you here. This just seems like a normal island. I don't know, last time I said that it turned out to be a shooting star island. But this just looks like a normal island to me. And who knows, maybe the normal islands are shooting star islands only at night. I don't know if the game would like give me like a shooting star island or something like that during the day. That would be... I don't know if the game does that. That would be cool if you go to, like, an island. And then, like, it, like, changes your time. I know it can change your season. But then it also changes your time of day. That'd be cool. I don't know. It's probably... This is just a normal island. Probably, anyways. I mean, the season... we're still in fall. again, we have neutral. When we have good luck, that means we're probably going to get a rare island. And when we have bad luck, that means we're going to get more common islands. I'm assuming this, like what we had right now, the neutral luck, probably means anything's possible. But that's why we're going to start visiting the Katrina before we come to Captain's Island, not after. Because of that. And it's one of those things where you have, like, Katrina, you go to Katrina to get your fortune read, and it increases your chances. Not that, like, oh, that's your preset luck. No, like, literally she will, like, from my understanding of reading the people who have data mined the game, it literally does, her telling you your luck actually, like, changes your luck for the day. Not like there's, like, a preset luck, which is, and she just tells you what it is. I don't know what other things luck affect, obviously. I just know this one. Alright, so there wasn't really anything here, so I guess we'll head back. Gosh, we still have 10 minutes. We could still buy turnips if we wanted to. We could still buy more. No, I'm not going to. We're probably actually going to end off here. I don't know, I've been playing Skyward Sword, and I should hopefully be able to finish Skyward Sword today. I don't know, I've got college work to do, but I'd also really, if I can finish Skyward Sword, I'm gonna try to finish Skyward Sword today. I don't think I have much left. I don't know, I gotta do the freaking Electric Dragon tournament thing, the challenge. But other than that, no, like, that's, I think, probably the longest thing I have to do. Can you give us an island tour? Yeah, sure. Sure, island tour? Yeah, let's do it. I can do a quick island tour. Boat pier, villager living area place. This is Northeast Pemberbrook. My house is here, as are all the other villager houses. Yeah. We have market area where you have clothing shop, Wheels of Destiny, and other market shop. Rock garden with all the rocks in it. Seasonal stalls. All the stalls represent like different like seasons and whatnot. Money Tree Farm. Crab Rave, where all the crabs come to rave. Open area where nothing happens but is currently filled with farm shit because, you know, we're remodeling. Cafe with cafe stuff that I kind of destroyed to make a Spirit Halloween. Museum. Pond. Museum pond. Town hall, obviously. Fruit Island. It has my fruit trees on it and whatnot, and a few other things. Probably also getting destroyed in the future. Snurch. Probably also getting destroyed in the future. Vegetable garden that currently has potatoes and turnips and pumpkins, and I haven't moved anything else there yet. Field of Giants. Flower test garden where I grow every type of flower in the game. Because yeah, using these gardens, anything is possible. And then we have mountain cliffside nature area with campsite. And yeah, that's the entire island. Oh, and Praise Beyond a Helix. May he bless us with good fortune. I don't know. I know I made a joke about like Northeast Pembroke and Field of Giants. I did. At one point I was thinking like we should probably name the districts of the island. Like this is the housing district that's called something. Then we have the shopping district, which is the 2 shops, the markets, basically everything on the bottom. So like Crab Rave, the Money Tree area, and the stalls. Of course, Fruit Island is Fruit Island. That's already been determined. Then maybe we have like a central area, and then we have the test gardens and now the vegetable gardens, which could probably be one area, and then the mountains, and then maybe the museum's its own area. But yeah, I wanted to like break up the island at one point, and I just never did. Or at least I was considering it. It's kind of like the whole Ancients thing, where it was something I was considering for a while. And like we played around with a little bit. Like I had like we had this little bass statue, which was hopes that like, hey, please stop giving me basses. And then we have the statues for gold and money, and we've got things like the Tomb of the Unknown Villager. So yeah, I was definitely like playing around. There are certain ideas I played around with, but I never fully implemented. And of course we got this thing, which is perfectly on theme. I mean, it glows and everything. Can we get to it from... No, we have to go inside the garden to get to it. Yeah, to like... For like... Because this used to be a turnip garden. I had the statue back here, and I was like, hey, please give me good turnip luck. And I don't remember if we ever actually got good turnip luck from it. I don't know. I honestly forgot about it most of the time. Yeah, it's definitely gonna rain. I don't know. We'll hang on for a few more minutes, but it's definitely gonna rain. I don't know. I want it to rain because that gives us more gyroids. But yeah, we've definitely got a lot of remodeling to do. We got to get rid of Snurch. We're probably gonna have to change Fruit Island. Don't know what I want to make it. Do I want to make it like a packaging facility? I definitely bought a lot of packages, so we have more than enough room to do that. But I'm still figuring it out, that's for sure. Oh. Oh my gosh. Did I have any other... Was there any other news? I feel like there was one more bit. Oh, I know the GTA 5 trilogies came out, right? GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. And I guess the ports, like the new enhanced versions of those games are fucking awful. Like, they just play terribly. And of course, now the original versions of those games are delisted. So if you wanted to get the original versions that actually did work and ran fine, they just looked old. Nope, you can't get those anymore. Instead, you can only get the remake trilogy. And the remake trilogy is terrible. Like, it's poorly optimized. It looks kind of terrible, I guess. Like, the textures are, like, really low. It's buggy. And that sucks. Because that really does suck. Because as I've said before, I love GTA Vice City. Vice City is so fucking good. And I hadn't bought it, obviously. And if I were to buy it, I'd probably buy it on PlayStation. Because I have one of those now. Even though I'm just so used to buying everything on Switch. But it does suck that, that the ports suck. I don't know. That's a problem we're seeing more. You know, developers can just put out unfinished games and just get away with it. Like, as consumers, we don't hold them accountable anymore. And that's not even talking about, like, day one patches. Like, what's going on with Pokemon right now, where Pokemon released... well, the game hasn't even released yet. It releases in less than 7 days. And yet, the version we have of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl that leaked to, like, a bunch of people. Like, a bunch of people have it and are already data mining it and everything. It was broken, like the sound was broken, it didn't have an opening cutscene, so they pushed out the day one patch early, so that way, like, people who have early access to the game can use the day one patch, because, you know, it'd be bullshit otherwise, and yeah, they had to do that, because it's already in people's hands, and they need to counteract that negative narrative, that, yeah. I don't know, admittedly, I've seen people be more neutral on it since, like, the leaks have all been happening. And I know people have been, like, modding it and realizing that, hey, in the overworld, we can, like, change Pokemon's, like, sizes. So, like, I saw a thing on Twitter about, like, a giant Wailord earlier today. And that's interesting and that's fun. But yeah, it's a whole mess and a half, but I'm still going to play the Diamond and Pearl. Will I stream it? Probably not. But I'm still going to play the Diamond and... I don't know. There's always the possibility. But I'm going to play it later, or when it comes out on Friday. I am excited. And then after I beat Skyward Sword, I'm finally going to play Pikmin 3 again. Because of that Pikmin mobile game, which I have been playing, it's fine, it's whatever. I put it on in the background. Instead of, like, counting the distance while you're playing Pokemon, like in Pokemon Go, it counts the distance you go while the game is open. But in Pikmin, it links up to, like, the Google, or presumably Apple has their own variant of, like, that, like, a step tracker. So that way, like, I can just, like, I think the phone just automatically keeps track of your steps. So, like, even when I don't have Pikmin open, the Google step tracker thing keeps track of your steps, and it'll just give that number to Pikmin. So, like, you make progress in the game when it's not open and whatnot. And that's fine, but yeah, I was enjoying it fine enough. It's not anything special, but, yeah, it's whatever. I don't know, I just want to play Pikmin 3 again, and I did have that challenge run of Pikmin 3 that I wanted to do. I don't know, we'll see. But I gotta beat Skyward Sword first. And I'm pretty close. Like I said, I'm dealing with all the dragons right now, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know, unless I'm 6 dungeons in, and unless I'm forgetting a dungeon, I'm pretty sure I only have one left. I'm pretty sure I only have one dungeon left, so I'm near the end of the game. But, you know, there's still a whole hell of a lot to do with these dragons, and helping them out, and helping out the other people with Skyloft, because I'm trying to theoretically 100% the game. I don't know, I'm at least trying to do all the gratitude crystal stuff. And that's kind of its own process. And I've got, like, I think you need, like, 70 in total. Oh, boom, there's the rain, just as I predicted. I've got, like, 60, like, 2 gratitude crystals, but I know I think I've got one more gratitude crystal quest to do. I don't know who it's with, but I know I have at least one more to do, and then I know there's just a few gratitude crystals scattered around Skyloft that I need to find. I know one of them is in Zelda's room, but that's locked, and I don't know how to get in. But there's a few others I'm missing, so I have to go find those. And I have at least 2 others, but I don't know where to look for those. But we'll talk more about Skyward Sword once I beat the game, but I'm enjoying it. It's really fucking good. It finally hit me what's up with Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword is a Rockstar game, like Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption 2. It's a Rockstar game. I finally realized it. And that may make no fucking sense, but when I beat Skyward Sword in, like, the next, like, few days, maybe even today, so maybe even tomorrow, we will talk about it. And I will explain that, and I will make that make sense. But I'm enjoying what I'm saying is I'm enjoying Skyward Sword. And yeah, now that it's raining, hopefully we'll get gyroids. You know, it's always nice to have some gyroids appear on your island after rain. At least... Oh, speaking of gyroid, at least 2 more will appear after it rains, so I definitely want to get those 2 extra gyroids. There we go. Already have that. Still don't have that sign DIY. One day it'll happen. I cannot believe it's been over a year and I still don't have that sign DIY. That's so stupid. Wait a fucking second. Did we miss day 600? I was just gonna look it up real quick, because I was like, when do we hit 600 days? I know it's soon. We missed day 600 was November 10th, or, no, it would have been November 11th. So that would have been, what, 2 days ago? Or, no, 3 days ago. Fuck. We missed... I didn't even bring up that it was day 600. Holy shit. I know we stopped playing daily after day 500, but still. It's been... so, I guess we'll say it right here. It has... Oh, and I'll bring it up tomorrow as well. It has been 600 days since Animal Crossing released. According to this, 600 days was Wednesday, November 10th. Wait. Was November 10th a Wednesday? I guess it is Sunday, yeah. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, that's... And technically, again, we're always a day ahead, so technically we would have hit 600 days on November 11th. Or day 600. But still, it has been 600 days since March 20th, 2020. For some reason, I thought day 600 was in... I don't know. I thought it was in, like, January or something like that. But I was like, you know, I should double check real quick. Because I know there was some sort of milestone we were coming up to. For some reason, I thought maybe we were coming up to day 350. No, we've hit day 600 the other day. And I didn't even realize it. Fuck. I think, technically on Thursday, we started Happy Home Paradise. So I guess we did something for day 600. Again, even though this is Season 2, a whole different day counting system. And yeah. But that's wild. That's wild that we hit day 600. Gosh, yeah, I played a lot of Animal Crossing. But this is where we're going to end off for the day. We played a lot of Animal Crossing, man. Oh, God, I'm busy the next 2... Oh, gosh. I'm not super busy, but I'm still busy-ish the next 2 days. Three days, actually. Oh. And yeah, that's where we're going to end off. Tomorrow we should probably go check out the Happy Home... Assuming I remember. We're going to go check out the Happy Home Paradise tomorrow, hopefully. Hopefully we'll go back and we'll work on another village or whatever. I don't know. At some point, it's probably just going to be us doing Happy Home. We're going to do basically everything we do in the morning routine. Go visit Harv's Island, go visit Captain's Island, then do a thing on Happy Home Paradise and call it a day. That's inevitably what this series is going to turn into, but hopefully we'll do some fun stuff along the way, and like I said, we still got a fruit garden, or a vegetable garden that we're working on slowly. We're going to tear down Snurch at some point. I don't know when, but we're going to do that. And then Thanksgiving's right around the corner, and I won't be streaming it. I did last year. We're not doing it this year. Maybe I'll still play on Thanksgiving, and maybe I'll post something on like the Discord. But no, we're not. I do not plan on streaming anything for Thanksgiving. Just straight up saying that right now. Yep. I'm gonna go spend it with my family. But yeah, with that, I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, peace.